Imagine being 20 years old and inheriting a kingdom. Now imagine conquering most of the known world by the time you're 30. Sounds impossible? Not for Alexander the Great, the Macedonian king who changed the course of history. Our story begins in Pella, Macedonia, in 356 BCE. A boy is born to King Philip II and Queen Olympias. They name him Alexander, unaware that he will one day be known as the Great. Young Alexander was no ordinary prince. Tutored by the great philosopher Aristotle, he developed a love for knowledge and Greek culture. But Alexander was also a natural leader, with a fierce ambition that would shape his destiny. At just 13, Alexander tamed the untamable horse, Bucephalus. The horse was considered too wild to ride, but Alexander noticed it was afraid of its own shadow. He turned the horse towards the sun, leapt on its back, and rode it to his father's amazement. This clever thinking would become his trademark. At 18, Alexander led his first troops into battle, showing exceptional bravery and tactical skill. By 20, following his father's assassination, he was King of Macedonia. But for Alexander, this was just the beginning. Alexander set his sights on the mighty Persian Empire, ruled by Darius III. With an army of just 50,000 men, he crossed into Asia in 334 BCE. At the Battle of Issus, Alexander's tactical genius shone. He led a cavalry charge straight at Darius, while his phalanx, a tight formation of soldiers with long spears, held the line. Darius fled, and Alexander claimed a stunning victory. Alexander then turned to Egypt, where he was welcomed as a liberator from Persian rule. The Egyptians declared him pharaoh and a son of the god Amun. It was here that he founded the city of Alexandria, which would become a center of learning and culture for centuries. But Alexander wasn't done. He pushed eastward, defeating Darius again at Gaugamela, conquering Babylon, Persepolis, and even parts of India. His empire stretched from Greece to modern-day Pakistan. Along the way, Alexander encountered the legendary Gordian knot. An oracle had declared that whoever untied the impossible knot would rule Asia. Alexander's solution? He simply drew his sword and sliced through it. This act symbolized Alexander's approach to problems: bold, direct, and unconventional. But Alexander wasn't just a conqueror. He was a student of cultures, adopting Persian customs and encouraging his men to marry local women. He founded cities, spread Greek culture, and created trade routes that would last for centuries. However, even the greatest of leaders are mortal. In 323 BCE, at just 32 years old, Alexander fell ill with a fever in Babylon and died. His vast empire didn't survive him, quickly fragmenting under his generals. But Alexander's legacy lived on. He had created a new Hellenistic world, blending Greek, Persian, and other cultures. This fusion influenced art, architecture, language, and politics for centuries to come. So what can we learn from Alexander the Great? That age is no barrier to achievement. That thinking differently can solve impossible problems. And that true greatness lies not just in conquest, but in bringing people and cultures together. What aspect of Alexander's story inspires you the most? Share in the comments. And if you want more tales of history's greatest leaders, hit that subscribe button. Remember, every great journey starts with a single step, or in Alexander's case, a single horse ride.